evening and welcome to Giving Hope Counseling Services. This is Peter Mugi Kuruga. I'm a counseling psychologist who also specializes in marriage and family therapy. Have you ever felt something wasn't quite right in your relationship, but you couldn't explain it? Maybe you ignored certain behaviors, thinking no one's perfect. But there are all those small signs were actually red flags waving in plain sight. Today, we are exposing for you those subtle but serious relationship red flags that you need to be aware of, because staying bright could cost you your peace, your mental health, and your future. First, we will break it down for you, an aspect that there are what we refer to as red flags, and we also have yellow flags. Now, red flags are the serious issues in a relationship, while yellow flags are fairly mild issues that can be worked on and the relationship can continue. But red flags often red flags are actually relationship killers. The red flags we have identified are as follows. The very first one and important one to observe if you are trying to get into a relationship is substance addiction. If you find your partner is into either drugs or alcohol and is addicted so much that it affects their life, they are unable to work or lead a normal life because of this addiction, that is definitely a serious red flag that should make you reconsider such a relationship. A second red flag that you consider serious enough is a partner who has violent tendencies. And violent tendencies don't necessarily have to be just against you. His violent tendencies could even be against strangers, sometimes even against animals. If you find such a person, such violence, even if it may not necessarily be against you as of now, such violence against strangers and others could easily turn towards you. So that's a red flag that we cannot ignore as we go into relationships. Another red flag that as we go into relationships we must consider is what we refer to as mismatched goals. Mismatched goals in a relationship can be, for instance, you want to get into a relationship or a marriage, you want kids and your partner does not want kids. Therefore, your goals are not matching, and therefore, that's a red flag that you cannot ignore, because if you went in such a relationship, you will definitely differ along the way. And with such a red flag, things may not end well. So others may even be simple as a commitment. How you want to get married and settle? Them, they just want to have fun. So commitment is also something that you need to consider as you go into a relationship. Another red flag that most of us may easily overlook, but it's a serious one too, is a partner who is too jealous. I think in another word you can do is paranoia, has paranoia, and controlling. Such a partner would want to control the kind of friends you have, who you can go out with. Yet we all know that we are individuals and we all require some boundaries. We need to be able to be ourselves and to relate with our families when we want. But a controlling or jealous partner can even limit you from visiting your family members. That is also a serious red flag. that you might want to consider before you make your relationship permanent. Another red flag that one needs to consider is history of infidelity. If your partner has such a history, you may want to consider it and consider whether really, even if you got into a relationship, a permanent one, does he have the capacity to stop such behavior? Because history matters and the past matters. So if a partner has such a history, that's an important factor to consider. There's another one we refer to as gaslighting and manipulation. A partner who keeps asking questions about your memory, making you think you are not remembering things when you are sure you can remember them, making you even doubt your sanity because of the things he's accusing you of doing. So gaslighting and manipulation is also another aspect that one needs to consider as he considers a relationship. Another aspect we call love bombing. Love bombing means you have a partner who seems to love you this minute and expresses their love for you in all ways possible. But once you turn towards them and show them that now you are into them, they then seem to move away. Such a partner, and will only show love to you again once you start moving away from them. Please be careful. Don't engage yourself with a partner who is love bombing you. The other red flag we want to talk about is where your partner has no close friendship and you seem like you are the only person in their life who can provide joy or connection. This is because if your partner has no other social connections, family or friends, this can reach a point where it is suffocating. Because we all know that we require boundaries, and sometimes we also want to be able to do our own things on our own, even with our own friends. So a partner should be able to also have friends and family and friends who they can be with when we ourselves would feel like we would want to be on our own. Another one which maybe not familiar to many people is that we should be careful about a partner who keeps talking about their exes in an unfair way, particularly the ones who keep calling their exes crazy, that their exes were crazy. Because we all know in relationships, even if they are their exes, even them themselves, they must have had a fault in why their relationship ended. So this is a red flag, because if that's a person who always keeps talking about exes and calling them crazy, please be careful. You might be the other one who next they will refer you as an ex who is crazy. And lastly, we will talk about lacking emotional connection. In a relationship, we go into a relationship because we want to feel connected, emotionally connected with our partner. A partner who will not allow themselves to be emotionally connected with us is actually a red flag, because that is something that a wholesome relationship requires. Today's dating world is actually complicated more than ever because of social media, ghosting, online dating, and unrealistic standards that can make it difficult for one to know who's real. Here's the truth. Healthy relationships are still possible. Recognizing red flags is not about being judgmental. It's about protecting your peace and knowing your worth. Whether you are dating, engaged, or even married, boundaries, honesty, and emotional safety are non-negotiable. You deserve a partner who is emotionally available, honest, and healthy, and someone who doesn't make you feel small, confused, or afraid. If something in today's episode has hit close to home, don't ignore it. Know that you are not alone and you don't have to figure it all by yourself. At Giving Hope Counseling Services, we offer professional, confidential support to help you evaluate your relationships, find healing, and build life, the kind of life you truly deserve. Whether you are struggling with red flags, past trauma, or just feel stuck, we are here for you. Book your counseling session today by calling us on 0721 240 4622 or 0733 932470 or email us at info@givinghope.co.ke. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe to this channel. Welcome.